I don't know about you, but when somebody bans discussion of a topic, that totally convinces me every single time that they're 100% right. This is how you know they're like really on the run at this point. They know that Ubisoft has committed an absolute cardinal sin of just lying to their gamer audiences, lying to Japan, and then trying to gaslight everybody about what's going on over and over again with fake apologies, and they're doubling down. This is now a point, and this is what they try to do with culture every single time, which I'll get into in just a moment. But they want to tell you you're not allowed to discuss the bad points of things, like you're somehow bad for pointing out that something's terrible. Don't believe it, gamers. This is not the case here. This is a travesty of a game, and we need to keep the pressure on because we're making waves across video game culture at this point, and these companies are afraid of us, the consumers, and they should be, because they're doing bad and they know it, and now they're trying to hide it. All right, my name's John Delarose, everybody. I am a #1 best-selling science fiction author and comic creator. I've got a great book on Kickstarter right now called The Hidden Emperor. If you love action, adventure, lots of fun, stuff that Ubisoft used to provide but doesn't anymore, please check this out. We just hit $20,000 over the weekend, which is amazing. I really appreciate the support of this community. This has been our best effort to date, and I'm so stoked to bring this graphic novel to you. It is 100% done already, so once the campaign's over, we will be able to ship these to you right away. And this is our 12th graphic novel. We're not tourists in this industry. We're professionals, and I appreciate you for all the support. Grab that in the description below. Thank you so much, and please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here with our community that's talking about all the important things going on in culture. So moderators for Assassin's Creed subreddit threatened to ban any players who post in the forum disputing the developer Ubisoft's original claim that Yasuke is a powerful African-American samurai, not African-American, African. You know what they're trying to do, though. Samurai of historical legend. Ubisoft originally claimed, and still does claim, that Yasuke is a powerful African samurai of historical legend in its promotional material for the game, and game director Charles Benoit also has claimed players will be able to learn about the history of the Sengoku-era Japan. They've sold this as a historical fiction where they're putting attention to detail into historical samurai society in Japan. And unfortunately, they've botched it. They've cut corners on every single level. Even the backgrounds of the games, they've put in like Chinese architecture instead of Japanese in points. There's been promotional materials where they've used swords from the anime One Piece rather than actual designs of actual Japanese katanas and things like that. It's absolutely crazy how poor of a job they've done for this AAA game that's spent hundreds of millions of dollars in development for. And they've lied across the entire thing. If they were going to present this as just some random kind of fantasy game like they're pretending to now, this is their new, it's just fantasy, it doesn't matter. They should have not gone here to begin with. They've pissed off Japan like none other, and now they're trying to silence you in your discussion because of this, which is always a sign that they know they did very, very wrong. All right. Benoit was asked by Xbox Wire, this is a familiar setting for gamers. How does the game differentiate its take on the setting? Well, it makes it very black, my friends, and very gay. We responded, we're at the end of the Sengoku era, a turning point in Japan history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and that's what players can expect. Accurate recreation of the world, guys. This is what they meant with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda Nobunaga and lots of events that happened during that time. So you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. Oh, very good. We're also giving the opportunity to players to live not just one, but two of the best fantasies in Japan, the samurai and the shinobi, Benoit concluded. So you've got a black dude samurai and a female shinobi. You know exactly what it is. It's a very much a DEI take, a Western take, a bastardization of ancient Japanese history, and it's all wrong, it's all fake, and none of this was actually true, and none of this actually happened in Japan's history. That's what this means. Now, they don't want to tell you that, and they don't want you to even be able to discuss that at this point. That's what's happening right here. Ubisoft backtracked in its claim, and this is what they said right here. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion, meaning mostly people are in agreement that Yasuke was never a samurai. At most, he would have been an Ashigaru, which is a different caste. The samurai caste were a very, very elite caste. They were the 1%. You do not just get to become samurai, and Yasuke is referred to in historical texts as a servant over and over and over and over again. Servants are not samurais. Samurais would never tolerate being called a servant, and so this is how you know it's not the case. We have woven this carefully into our narrative with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoi, who is equally important in our game. Our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. Not only have they gone with this sort of thing with the samurai, like backdrop and actually kind of changing things as it's been going along, but they also have added LGBTQ romance options with historical characters into the game. This is something that, of course, they're taking liberties with again to push this agenda of wokeness on it to everybody in this, and this did not happen in Japan. There was no record of any of this kind of stuff happening. You being able to do this with your characters, with your black samurai or whatever, was definitely not part of the Yasuke narrative back in the day. So Ubisoft is just caught in a massive, massive lie that they were trying to honor Japan when they're really just trying to honor their Western concepts of modern audiences' vision of Japan. That's really what they're doing with this kind of thing. Despite Ubisoft backtracking and admitting it, moderators of the subreddit now are threatening to ban anyone who disputes the claim that he's a samurai. And this is how you know they've been caught. This is how you know that they're trying to change things. Moderators posted on a thread, "There is no debate. Yasuke was a samurai. If you disagree, you can do that somewhere else." The thread itself reads, with the reveal of Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's been an influx of certain individuals spilling into various communities online, such as this subreddit, and raising arguments about historical accuracy. Now, this is their little code language that they're talking about. They're talking about gamers, and they're talking about people who, of course, are just normal people in gaming. They don't want you there. They want their weird little woke communities only, and they want everybody else gate-kept out of the hobby. Well, that's a great thing, because all we have to do is just not buy games like Assassin's Creed or Star Wars Outlaws, and suddenly have fun with your little game, your AAA game that's failing and losing money across the board. That's something that's going to happen here, because you know what? Whenever they tell us to leave, go somewhere else, go touch grass. We saw this with Doctor Who, where the actor went out there and said not to watch the show if we don't like the wokeness. We all oblige, and we go, okay. And then their ratings collapse. That's exactly what's going to happen here. And you have the power to absolutely obliterate Ubisoft this year by just not picking up and not purchasing this game. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you're one of those who's going to boycott Assassin's Creed Shadows. Would love to hear from you. So as we are all exhausted of this tedious discussion, we're not allowed to discuss this aspect of the game, just game aspects we want. That's been endlessly talked to death, not to mention exacerbated by a recent official statement from Ubisoft. Well, what do you expect? If Ubisoft's commenting about it, of course people are going to talk about their comments on it. You morons, that's the official company. That leads discussions. That's the whole point of a Reddit, is to discuss things like this. What are you doing? We would like to give a final reminder to those participating in these debates as to what exactly this franchise entails and why there was never any point to these discussions to begin with outside of a thinly veiling bad faith intent. So the implication is, if you don't like the fact that they are bastardizing historical Japan for their DEI agenda, you're a racist. That's what they're trying to say. And they're trying to ban you because they, in their minds, they want to ban racism. And that's what they're doing to all the gamers. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Reddit. Killing discussion of a game is literally just going to kill the game even further, which I guess we should just be happy for. I mean, Reddit sucks anyway, let's be honest. I don't know who would want to be on there to begin with. But this is crazy. It shows they know they're doing wrong. It shows they know that they're unabashedly unashamed about it. And they want to kill discussion. This is this weird simping consumer mentality. We see this a lot in culture these days, where they're just like, it's a toxic fandom. Why don't we only talk about positive things about this crappy game? And you're supposed to be forced into compliance, into like changing the fact that you don't like a game or a TV show or a movie, because otherwise you're toxic is the implication. But you should be allowed to not like what you don't like. If something's fake and gay and terrible, then you shouldn't like it because it's bad. That's okay. It's okay to not like things that are bad. It's okay to like things that are good. And like, this is silly and stupid to have to say, but this is where we're at in the culture at this point, where like they want to try to force you to like things that are bad over and over and over again, but gamers really are not having it. I really see that this game's going to be an absolute destruction of Ubisoft, and gosh, the cope's going to flow even harder in the coming days. Reddit's banned discussion, everybody. What do you think about this? Leave a comment down below. Love to hear from you. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please join us here and back The Hidden Emperor, my graphic novel, on Kickstarter today. Thank you so much again for the tremendous support. We are absolutely on our way and crushing this, and it's all because of you. Thank you so much.